Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough on the 1.1 experimental branch. So, just getting on into it here. If you went here last time, we had started a train line off of the Y section of our intersection there in the Titan Forest, going all the way out to the nitrogen gas, where we're going to be collecting nitrogen gas for our fused modular frames. We had got a train line all the way out there. It looks really nice. I'm actually quite happy with it. You know, just in general, it looks pretty good. I hate all the fog in the Titan Forest. I'm not a fan of it, but that's okay. But yeah, we're going to be, so today's plan, we're going to be building a nitrogen gas tower, which is going to hopefully look pretty good. We'll see how well we can make it, how good we can make it look. So anyway, without further wasting your time, let's go ahead and get on into it. Alrighty then, and here we are. So, as you just seen there, we built the train line all the way out here. So in the future, this train line is going to continue down that way, down that hill between those two cliff edges there. We're going to probably have some factories around here as well, which will look pretty good. And then eventually we're going to be heading out to the grasslands, which is out roughly that direction. Way out there. So it's way past that tree. It's like off in the fog out there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the fog. I usually turn fog off, but you know, sometimes, like in the Titan Forest, like the fog is bad, but if you turn the fog off, you cannot see hardly anything. It gets so dark. The fog actually carries so much light through it during the daytime. It's insane. Like right now, you see how foggy it is here. Now, if we turn the fog off, we'd have the sunlight, but the Titan Forest has got so many trees and all that dark lighting and stuff like that, all the shadows and whatnot. It just, when you turn the fog off, it's like being in a it's like being in a horror game. It is pretty dark over there, especially even during the day. It's still like extremely dark because that, like I said, you can see how the fog here. I love the way the fog works in this game. Like as far as how the fog carries light, because you know that happens at nighttime too, especially where I live, where we get all kinds of weather out here in the Midwest. When we get foggy nights, like extremely heavy fog nights and extremely like cloud-covered skies, it'll look like the sun is rising at midnight because it's just so bright outside. You can see, and even when it's clear too, of course, if it's clear, you got a full moon, you'll be able to see for miles with no light whatsoever because because there's just nothing out here. But you know how it goes anyway. Okay, so you're probably wondering, you know, what are we going to do first? How are we going to do this? We're going to do a nitrogen gas tower. So basically the tower is in the center around our, let's see. Let's find the building here. I always forget what the pressurizer, the resource well pressurizer. We'll have to buy some radio control units because we're not making those yet. But yeah, so this pressurizer here will be in the center of the tower. So basically you'll go into the tower. This thing will actually be inside the center of the tower, and then all of the nitrogen gas is going to go into the tower. All the lines are going to go into the tower and then up the they're going to go up into the base and then up the outer wall all the way up into the sky where the actual storage is going to be, and then that storage is then going to output in here. Now, why am I doing that? This is because I can then regulate how much comes out, and exactly, so when I put my train station down, all my train stations are going to be filled up at the exact same rate. So I don't have to, essentially I don't have to connect the train stations together like I normally do at the belts, because all the train stations are going to get filled up at the exact same rate. So I believe it's 2,000. Let's buy those radio control units. I can't remember. I think it's 2,000 per minute is how much you get out of this one, because it's all pure nodes. Special, and we'll buy a stack of radio control units. Should have enough. I have a bunch of tickets in the dimensional depot in case I need more, so it's not a big deal. But I should have enough to buy radio control units. Yeah, we just need one stack just to get us by. Oh yeah, Edo?
Thank you for investing into our internal closed economy. Your contributions provide aid to many good fix-it causes.
Like? Like? uh, what fix-it good causes are we talking about here? Man, ever since my my company got contracted into working for Fix-It, it's been less than ideal, let's say. That's a joke, by the way. I don't own a real company or anything like that, so it's just a YouTube channel. Just a humble, small YouTube channel. Okay, I want to put this exactly. See, the power needs to be on this end of it. All right, let's see. Oh, so let's test this real quick. So foundations. Let's test our grid here, because we might build off of this grid, which would be ideal. So if you don't know what we're doing, basically what I'm doing is I'm testing the train station on this specific grid, because this is not on the world grid. If you know how to build on the world grid, you hold control, you can see this is not on the world grid. The world grid goes this way, but that doesn't work for us. I very rarely will build on the world grid. Just mainly because I like the more freeform build throughout the world, so it's quite fun. But that also leads to some issues when it comes to building train stations on grids, on freeformed grids, because this grid right here, what can end up happening is I'll place a train station down and it'll be off like a half a degree or a degree of rotation that the game is unable to actually rotate that train station to match the foundation. Which it doesn't really lead to problems per se. Like the train works just fine. It's just getting belts and stuff to line up to it. You know how I am when it comes to lining up belts. They got to be nice and straight and perfect. And but yeah, let's test this grid here. This should be the right grid because I did use the one tick increments when making the corners and stuff, so it should be fine. I didn't do any like true freeform corners. It looks to be okay. We'll put down a few. Because when it's in a longer line, you'll notice if it's off by a rotation or not. But no, it looks just fine. Okay, perfect. This is das gut. Very, very good. Very good. That's good. Alright. So now the next step is then to try to see if we can get on the rotation of the pressurizer as well. That'd be really nice, but if it doesn't happen, oh well. Production is what I'm looking for. Resource well pressurizer. Don't know why I said it like that, but sure. Nope, doesn't look like we're going to be on the rotation of this, and that's just fine. It doesn't really matter to me. Of course, if I have this down here, it might actually rotate to that. But basically, and since we're in 1.1, that's going to make this extremely easy, because before what I had to do is I'd have to grab my rotation. You can see that this rotation, like, you cannot rotate to match our grid. So that would be a real big problem. But with 1.1, I can just grab the foundation, snap it to the grid that I want to line it up on. Just hit the H key to lock it in place. We're going to page down until we're inside of the node there. And there's a very specific reason I'm doing this, because I need to find the exact center, so, or at least as close as I possibly can, which that might be it right there. Hard to see though. I know we're not going to be on the exact grid, but I want it to be on the same rotation as my train as my train line here. I have to snap it down a little bit lower. Let me get my radio out of here. And that too. Looks like we're pretty damn close. I might want to fix it though. Okay. I was just waiting for the autosave. Oh, looks like I was wrong. Not 2,000, 3,000 per minute. Resource well potential 3,000 per minute. Yep. We're going to be pushing max into this thing. So yeah, I've got it overclocked, but I've got it turned off, and the reason that I have this turned off at the moment, I mean, yes, this machine is absolutely beautiful. There we go, nitrogen gas green. Look at that. I love this machine, dude. This is one of my more favorites. But the reason I don't have this on constantly is because of this. See how it shakes my screen? It's the same when I'm building. If I'm trying to build something, you know, trying to place it exactly where I want it, and we wait for that thing to pound, it's going to move the thing. See how it moves what I'm trying to build? Yeah, very annoying. So, yeah, we'll just... I want it powered so that I can fly around. Oh, yeah, so I brought some power over from the copper sheets plant. The copper sheet factory. I forgot about that little miner up there. Oops. There's a SAM ore node miner up there. Or sorry, SAM node miner, not SAM ore node, because it's not SAM ore. It's just SAM. But yeah, so yeah, we have that specifically. Alrighty. So yeah. I've got this circle, so if you want to know how to build circles, there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube and stuff you can find. And I've also showed how to do circles as well many times, so hopefully you can find one of those videos. And we'll probably show off another circle here. We're definitely not going to get this tower done today. I've already wasted enough time messing around. I'm just trying to find the damn center of this tower. Oh yeah, and by the way, that up there, that is the center of the tower, in the exact rotation that I need it to be in. And the reason is because we're going to do two different types of circles on this particular build. We're going to do this circular build, which is only, it's only 3 foundations from the center. So you got the center, and then you got 3 foundations out, and they actually overlap slightly, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with the overlap. It doesn't bother me any. Oh man, what am I going to do about this glitchy? Let's go materials. If I do this, will it stop glitching? I think it will. I want it to be out of concrete though. And freeze. Seems like these walls are the texture is slightly down, so it doesn't glitch as much. The outer ones, though, I don't really care about, and this one's glitching because I've got it painted a different color, specifically because this is where the doorway is going. So I just want to keep that in mind where the doorway's at. So now we're going to do one single wall around the outer edge, and I might do 2 walls depending on how I'm feeling. But I think I'm just going to do a single. So we go all the way around our particular circle. And I know some of these are really, really close to the tower, but that's intentional. And we're not going to put a wall there. We're actually going to put this. Or is it? No, wait, it's this, isn't it? Yeah, it's this right here. There we go. Well, we can even make it even better. I mean, I usually do straight yeah. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm stupid. That's right. I actually should look up the image of this because I already made one on the dedicated server. And I want to make that one here as well. Finally getting around to nitrogen gas. Yeah, let me find that real quick. Alright, so I found the image. And I've got everything open right now. Let me close out a few. Close out a few tabs here. I got all the tabs open. Okay. So actually what I did was I went straight for... there we go. There they are. As I went straight for these. And there actually is a very specific reason that I did this way. And I will divulge that when we get to it. But yeah, we're going to go straight for these walls here, which are going to overlap, of course, which is fine. Okay. So just like that, and then the entrance... Yeah, okay. The entrance, like I said, I've only built this tower. I mean, I've built this tower enough times to kind of know what I'm doing, but sometimes I forget, so I gotta have reference material. And then we put in a wall. Oops, that needs to be a door. I haven't really done these doors. I mean, this door's that's too big. Like, we could do this. Nah. We'll just go straight door. Straight door to door. To door to door. To the doors. Do 4 meter wall. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and there's very specific reasons. So, there's a very specific reason I do it this way. Is this gonna cause issues? With that doorway? No. Didn't think it would, but just in case. This space right here is for my pipes. This particular space right here is going to be for my pipes. Because what the pipes are going to do is they're going to go into the base, and then everything's going to get sorted, because these don't come in and come up the tower evenly. They come in different spots. So we're going to go into the base, and then we're going to straighten the pipes to get them exactly where they need to be in this little space here. And then we're going to go up the tower from there. So 3,000 divided by 6, that's minus 6, divided by 6 is 500. So 500 per pipe, so... Wait a minute, sorry. Divided by 300, or 600. That's not 600. That's going to be 5 pipes. Okay. So 5 pipes all together, 5 train stations, 1 pipe per train station. Perfect. Because we're going to have a 5-car. We're going to have 5-car trains, obviously. So, I mean, we could do 10-car train for this, but no, that's way too big. It's way too much. But we'll do the 5-car. So we got 5 pipes, 5 train stations, one pipe per train station does 600. Each pipe does 600 each, so... and since we're not dealing with liquid physics, we're dealing with gas, the 600 is way more reliable than with just regular liquids. Which I really like. And we don't have to have pumps. We don't have to have a single pump on this entire deal, which is very nice. Okay. Yep, so this right here, this is going to be the outer wall, which goes in, and then we're going to go up one more, just like this. And this should line up with that intersection at just the right height. Okay, just like that. And then we actually take our windows. So we're going to go with, these particular windows aren't too bad. Doing these. Might do it with, oops. Might do it with the steel. Well, we can do these windows here. Actually, we need to go up all the way. Yep, so then we have this effect with these windows, which actually looks pretty good, and it'll provide a spot for lighting on the inside of this. Okay, perfect. Let's go in here, and I need to delete that one and delete that one. And then we have a very specific... Now what I can do as well is I can just go that, and that. And we could just delete that. So yeah, it deletes like... See, this should work. I get them placed because I don't ever remember which ones I need to delete. Okay, that was a mistake, because now there's a hole. Crap. Alright, I'll get this fixed up as well. But yeah, then the next logical step is to put in straight walls. The next step is to put in... I don't know if it's logical. The next step is to put in walls, though, but these walls are going to go 25 tall. So we're going to zoop these up 25 tall all the way around the tower, which is going to take me a little bit, so let me get that done real quick, and then we will... as you can see, it's already taking forever. And then we will work on the top portion. Start getting the tanks in place so then we can run the pipes and start filling while we're building the rest of the tower. Alrighty, so I finally got that done, and I did a little bit of work on the inside as well in the base here. But yeah, so this is our tower, 25 walls tall, like I said would be. Roughly. It is exactly 25 walls tall, but yeah, pretty hard to do that when you got so many walls overlapping. But this looks really nice. I love the way this has got texture to it. It's not a perfectly round circle, you know? It's got these little lips and stuff, and it actually looks really nice from a distance. Also, my game's going to lag for a little bit. That takes me to my next point. So, we might have to dip back into Foundry one of these days, if I can ever get the time to do it. Make a video on it. The, what is it called? The Galactic Commerce update just released. And maybe we can take a look at our map and see how... I mean, we might... If I ever do go back into actually doing a playthrough on Foundry, I'm going to have to start a new game because they've released so much when it comes to how the random world gen works and all that stuff. So, yeah, we're definitely going to have to start a brand new game for that. But I might check out and see, because they did what's called streaming proxies, which it comes with graphics that streams the graphics in, and it's a much faster system than what they were using, and they said it works really well for large factories. We built a city build, we had a city build on Foundry before we stopped playing, and at the time when we stopped playing, there was times where my FPS would get down below 10. It would get, averaging 10 to 15 FPS. Kind of like Satisfactory with our city build in Season 3. Similar type of vibe there, just so many machines and so many blocks and stuff, and it was mainly because of the decoration blocks, the way they were loaded in as opposed to the foundation blocks. They were a different type of asset and they were loaded in differently, which would cause the game to lag because it had to load all those blocks. And yeah, so apparently they fixed that. It's not 100%. It's not going to be like we're going to go from 10 FPS to 60. I don't expect that either, but I would like to check it out sometime. So I might give that a go. Maybe not today, but and I definitely won't be making a video on it anytime soon because I'm just too swamped right now. But yeah, it definitely does sound like fun. I would love to get back into Foundry. Foundry was a good game. It lacked what Satisfactory has. It kind of lacks a lot of that. Now don't get me wrong. The thing that Foundry has over Satisfactory is Foundry has those modular the modular production structures or the modular buildings. And basically you can build onto these buildings, you can add modules and components to them to make them better. You can make the big storage tanks, you can make those very large, which something I wish Satisfactory had, was very large industrial storage tanks. And I'm not talking like this size, once the autosave goes. I'm not talking about, can I get this on top? I'm not talking about this size. This is small potatoes compared to the ones in Foundry. The ones in Foundry, if you make the full size one, it is a massive industrial tank, and I might make one on here. That'd be really cool, using the industrial fluid buffers as a storage. I think that would be really, really cool. Never did think about that until now. Yeah, I might go for that. But yeah, they have a massive storage tank. It is absolutely huge, and you can make it as big as you want, and maybe not as big as you want, but you can make it as big as the game allows, which is so many sections stacking on top. You can make them really small, kind of like the storage tanks you would see out in oil fields, where the tank is not very tall, but it's really wide. Really, really cool. Or you could just make a super tall one. Oh, so cool. And you know, there's the different types of buildings and stuff that they have for that game is so good. Yeah, it was always really good. Foundry kind of lacked the playability that Satisfactory has, where it's a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of stuff you could be getting on with. In Foundry, there's a lot of stuff too, but it's bland and it's boring and it's repetitive. Maybe people that see this game, you know, probably think the same thing, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just they were so good, so freaking good. This game is just so good when it comes to a lot of that stuff. It's just so much fun. You know, like I said, 3,500 hours almost, or I'm at 3,500. I might be at 3,500 already. Oh, no, not close. I'm close. 3489. Getting there. Yeah, and I love this game. And I've played it. We only took a break because we were waiting for 1.0 to come out. Didn't want to start a brand new save just to, you know, throw it all away for 1.0. So decided to play Foundry instead for a little while. Yeah, definitely a good game, Foundry. It is definitely worth the money. It's just, yeah, it's a little boring, a little bit boring and repetitive, especially at the beginning. But anyway, so yeah, we got this. Let me show you guys the inside of this. Sorry, I'm rambling on here. So there's a reason that these are here. I decided to use these walls instead. But yeah, if we go in here, and so we don't have our flashlight on or anything. Look at this. Just the amount of lighting and stuff. I got these green, kind of greenish stripes going on the outside, and then I got a light in the ceiling, and then I got this chrome sort of cone on the inside here. Look at the lumens are going absolutely nuts. They don't know what to do with that reflection. Yeah, really, really nice. And then we've got the reflective floors right here, which looks really good as well. I might paint these. I wonder what happens if I was to paint these like white, but not that white, this white. Like, does that brighten up the room a bit? Or is it out of place? It's a bit out of place. I mean, we could go black as well. Got the super dark flooring going on. Oh, that actually gives a lot of reflectivity to that. Very nice. I actually kind of like that, but yeah. So this is what I was talking about, and I figured out the glass windows again. So yeah, the glass windows, I tried to have it the least amount possible with still having it encased. Then you go in here. This is where you maintenance the building and whatnot. We got the walkways. I know the walkways glitch, but I like that. I do like to put them around, so we got them going all the way around here. And then you got the nitrogen gas, the actual portion of it inside here, which looks really good too. So yeah, and the reason I have the exit on the back side is so when you come in here, you just get the full view of it instead of a big old wall with a door in it. So that's why I put the door on the other side. But yeah, you just come in and it's all nice. Very nice. The reason I did the chrome cone is to kind of help the lumen push down, but I don't know if it really worked all that well. But it does look pretty nice. Oh my gosh. Getting out here, it's like, brightness. And if we go up to the top here and we look down in, you can kind of see that down there. Okay, so the next... don't want to delete that. The next sort of portion that we want to work on is we want to work on the... basically the foundation where we're going to put our storage tanks. So we're going to have industrial storage tanks, these things, placed around in a circle up here so that we can store as much nitrogen gas as we could possibly want. I think I'm going to go three tanks tall, because that'll make a really nice... that makes a really nice sort of tower with the way the tall is and stuff like that. So, but this one's going to be a full-size circle. We're going to go the full-sized one-tick circle, and that's the reason I brought the center of the tower up here as well. So, but yeah, we also need to work on how the tower is designed. So it's going to go... we're going to go 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter, and then we've got the walls. So if it's 2 meter, that's one foundation, or that's half a foundation tall, and then 4 meters, so that's 4.5. 4.5, or sorry, that's one 4 meter and one 2 meter, and then 2 4s. So 1, 2, 3 4s and 1/2. In order to make that happen, we could also do another half if we wanted to do the 1 as well. So we go 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter, and then the straight, and then at the top. So if we're going to do that, then we do... so the 8 meter takes up 2 walls. Sorry, this is very strange. Okay, so we have the 1 meter, and then we have the 2 meter, and then we have the 4 meter. And this is the other reason I'm doing that out of concrete, because the walls and the concrete foundations sort of match, and the rest of them don't. And this is what I mean. So it doesn't matter which foundation you use with this. Obviously, they have 4 meter walls, but if you use a foundation for the slope, and then you got to put a wall on it, like a 4 meter wall, like this, or maybe you're doing an 8 meter wall like this, right? This is what gets interesting. The concrete ones, especially from a distance, look really good because it's all one. It's all one color, pretty much all one texture for the most part. It's a little different. But if you do this, if we say we wanted to do, if we wanted to do grit metal, that's what the foundation looks like. Doesn't matter if it's 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter ramp. But if you do the steel wall, which is basically these two are married essentially, then you get this texture. And this texture and that texture don't match. Don't even come close to matching. And it's the same with the fix-it. So if you get the fix-it foundation, and then you get the fix-it wall, don't even look close. The textures don't match at all, which irritates the crap out of me. And then there's not even, and then you've got the coated concrete, which you can't use because there's no coated concrete wall. And the same with the asphalt, which the asphalt I understand because the asphalt's for being on the ground. But it would be nice if we could have like coated concrete walls, if we could have, I mean, I know that they got the foundation, but I can't do an 8-meter foundation. There's no 8-meter foundations. If I had an 8-meter foundation, I wouldn't be complaining about it. But yeah, it's just, and they're missing that. And then you've got the different roof types, and the different roof types don't match either. I mean, they're a little closer, but yeah, it doesn't work. So that's why concrete is the best for this type of build. And that's the reason I do it in concrete, because it looks so good. Now, if you are doing the steel wall, what I would recommend is only use 4-meter and the 8-meter wall, and then just forget the foundations entirely. For 2-meter and 1-meter, don't even worry about it. But yeah, so now that we've cleared that up, we got 1-meter, 2-meter, 4-meter, and then the 8-meter, which is 2 foundations. And then we've got the center foundation, which we can put. It needs to be 1 meter, so that it doesn't glitch through the 8-meter wall. And then I think I did a full-sized. So then we go, okay. We go to Zoop, and so outside of this, so we've got 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, and then 2 more for the 8 meter. And that's how big our circle needs to be, since we're going to use all those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 from each. I think I made this tower a little bit taller than I did on the dedicated server. I can see a lot more. There's the grasslands. But yeah, like I said, since we're doing 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter, that's 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter, and then 2 is 8 meter, because an 8 meter wall versus a 4 meter wall, just in case you don't know, I think doesn't an 8 meter wall take up more than one foundation? No, I was incorrect. Never mind. So yeah, I am incorrect there. My apologies. For some reason, I thought it took up 2 foundations worth of space to go the 45, but it doesn't. So yeah, we got 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter. There we go. Okay. And of course the foundation. Yeah, so it's actually 5, so put that there. 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter, 8 meter. Okay. Yep, okay. And then we just need to build a circle again at 5. But like I said, there's a reason that I have done this specifically, because if we were to go to this, we'd end up with gaps on this outer side. And I'll actually show you. So we did 3 ticks for the rotation. So we go 1, 2, 3. See, there's a gap. So what you have to do is we have to go, if we try 2, 2 is, or sorry, 2 is, should be just enough, yeah. And that should equal out, if I remember correctly. I just need to make sure. But this is how you build a circle, by the way. I'm just building one curve of it. Curve? I'm building one curve of it to make sure this works. Because if you go a certain number of ticks, it ends up in an odd number. And we don't want that, so... Just gotta make sure. Yeah, okay. So that was perfect. Alright. So then we have our tower. Very, very nice. Alright, let me build the rest of this, and then we might be hitting at the end of our episode here. Yeah, so looking at the numbers, yep, we are hitting the end of our episode, so we're gonna build this circle, and then we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. Once I get the circle built, so then we'll finish it. I knew we wouldn't finish this entire thing in one episode, but we got close. Next time we'll be putting up the storage and stuff, and the pipes and stuff like that. So. Alrighty, so we finally got our circle platform up here now. I actually had to raise this up one foundation because I forgot that the rise was 2 foundations for the 8-meter wall. Even though it doesn't do 2 foundations across, it does 1 foundation, but it does 8 meters up, which is that's why it does the 45, of course. Because, I'm stupid sometimes when it comes to that. But now, if we look underneath here, this is what it looks like on the bottom side. 8 meter, 4 meter, 2 meter, 1. It'd be nice if there was a 2 meter and a 1 meter wall. Would be just fine. Yeah, and then from a distance, this looks rather nice to get started. I mean, look how tall that tower is. I mean, compared to what I've done before, or what I've done on the server, it is definitely much taller. Let me get into an area. That way I can kind of compare, because I've got the image next to me, so... let's see, it's roughly like that. It's a bit lower. Let's see, where's that cliff side? There's a really high cliff side. Is it this one? Does it look like it? No, it's this cliffside here. You just can't see it because of all the trees in the way. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's got that little red mark on it. Yep, that right there. Okay, so that goes there. Ish. It's like about here. And you can see the top of this tree. I wonder if I did like a long shot. Yeah, it's a bit like that though. Yeah, definitely taller, I would say. Definitely. Definitely taller. I think what I did was I did 25 walls from the ground up, and then this one I did 25 walls from here up. So we're about 4 walls taller, plus I did the base correctly on the actual storage portion of it. But yeah, that'll be that. So like I said, we're going to have... so next time we are going to work on this, we're going to put industrial fluid buffers around the outer edge. Basically, I put them as close as I can to the edge, roughly there. That way the ladder doesn't poke out, but you can fit as many as you can, and then of course we stack up 3 on top of that. So that is basically that. And then since we're on 1.1, what I can do is I can put down a 2 meter foundation, and I can grab 1 meter like this. And I can drag it over like this, like this, like this, and then like that. Oops, not like that. There we go. So drag it over like that, and then what we can do is go organization industrial fluid buffer. And I can stick this down, hit the H key, and nudge it down one, and then I've got a perfect exact base, and I don't have to work out the math on exactly where I could put these and whatnot. I can just place them very easily. But yeah, that is going to be that. So I'm just going to shove this here for now. Yeah, like I said, that is we're pretty much out of time, so that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. Next time, hopefully, we will finish the tower next time. We're very close. We've done a lot of the heavy lifting stuff, including the bottom side. The bottom side is always tougher to build than the top side is. And then we gotta put these down, get the pipework in so these start filling while we're working on the rest of it, and then we can finish the actual tower next time. And then the time after that, then hopefully we can get the train station in on the tower here, get the train station in, get it hooked up to the main thing so we can get it serving the fused modular frame factory. But anyway, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.